Holy cow, guys. Wait, I'm playing the Japanese national anthem in the back. It's 2-1. 2-1 for Japan. 2-1 for Japan. They've won against Germany. Okay, wait, let me put down the national anthem. Let me put on the national anthem. Okay, so it's welcome. I'm still gonna wait for more people to join. Welcome, everyone, welcome. I've got the Japan jersey wrapping the Japanese. You know, Joshua rightly said it. Who's laughing? You know, Japan to face Netherlands in the finals. He predicted Japan to face Netherlands in the final. And who's laughing now? You know, you love to see that. Josh, the co-host of the goal difference. I don't know where you guys can hear the Japanese national anthem behind, but yes, the Japanese. What a game! What a banger of a game! So before we begin, let me do some editing right on the side because this is really spontaneous live show, right? Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I see more people joining. Welcome. Before we begin, let me do. It was such a shocker. I did the thumbnail and everything, but I wasn't ready to with the banners and whatnot. Yeah, give me 2 minutes. I'll talk to you guys. You know, what are your thoughts about the game? You know, what are your thoughts? Let me put it in the banner. What Japan? Japan. What a game! It was really an entertaining game. I've got to say it was a really entertaining game. The fact that what kind of the kind of performance that Japan gave. Germany, I got to say, Musiala was their best player. You know, Musiala was their best player today for Germany. He was far and beyond their best player. He had a lot of his ball control and his dribbling was top notch. However, I think his finishing the last for Musiala wasn't there today. I think that was what Germany was missing. And yeah, so don't get let me see now. I'm just going to leave Joshua's comments here because Joshua predicted Netherlands to face Japan in the finals. It is clipped. It is in our YouTube live streams, one of our live shows before the World Cup. So if you guys want to see Joshua's live predictions, you can go and check it out. We did that like on Saturday. Yeah, I think we did the Saturday or Sunday. Okay, so hello, welcome. More people are joining. Thank you for joining. Before we begin, let me, as I was saying, I need to handle some edits because this was super spontaneous. I of course I did want to talk about Japan, right? But I didn't know it was going to be a victory. I thought it was going to be when Germany scored. I was like, oh, okay, this doesn't look good for Japan. And then Japan initially had a lot of their ball control was really good. It's just unlucky for like the first 50 minutes they cannot get the final ball. Especially after second half. I think once the second half started, you could see they played with a bit more direction in their play. However, they just couldn't capitalize on the final ball. But look at what happened when they scored the equalizer. I think that was when momentum shifted straight into the Japanese. Really fantastic. Let me put this on the banner. Japan 2, Germany 1. What a banger of a game. Let me pack that first. Let's go through some comments. Some of you are live. Yep, some of you are live with me right now. Thank you for joining the goal difference. Sailor Fan Talk say, woo! So, interesting fact, the host of Sailor Fan Talk, he's half Japanese. A great friend of the show. Thank you for joining. I'm sure you are buzzing. We did the live giveaway draw. You said that you were rooting for Japan to win, right? So, kudos, big up to you, Sailor Fan Talk. It was fantastic victory for Japan, well-deserved victory. So as I said, half Japanese. I'm sure you love to see the fact that Japan has won it against the Germans. Banzai, of course, banzai. Joshua said, so I put this comment earlier on. He said Japan to face Netherlands in the final. Who's laughing now? So as I said, some context, right? Japan and Germany. My co-host Joshua for the goal difference, he said that he predicted a Japan finals. I thought he was mental, but now with such a good victory, you never know. You never know what may happen, man. You never know. So Luca from AFC, come on, big up to you, Luca, big Arsenal fan. Actually, Luca, I'm not too sure who is your a friend of the show as well. So I'm not too sure who you are predicting to win the World Cup. Do drop the comment down below, Luca. Good to see you here. Fatris, congrats to the Asian countries representative. So if you can see Saudi Arabia yesterday against Argentina, today Japan and Germany. You love to see this kind of upset. And Asian. Is it true that I think Qatar, the way the climate and the humidity, I think it's affecting the Europeans. Even okay, you can make an argument that the South Americans will also benefit, but Argentina looked sloppy yesterday. Today the Germans just couldn't get it going. is quite a sight to see. Ryan Sui says Japan. All right, man, you love to see Japan. I'm Asian. I'm for new those new viewers out there. I'm Singaporean, but I love to see some Asian pride represented in the World Cup. Maybe I should adjust the camera and have a look at my Japan jersey that I'm rocking. Yeah, let me see whether I can. Oh wait, it's the other side. Okay, probably not. Not today. Not today. No worries. No worries at all. So Fatri said, amazing comeback. Yeah, you got to say that the Japanese with their amazing comeback, the fact that they had the resolute to, go one behind. And, I will talk about it later. The goalkeeper was such a blunder from him. You got to say it was a real blunder. Real blunder from him. When I first saw David Rom take the ball and then the keeper slipped David Rom, right? I thought that was initially going to be a penalty, but then after that, when the knee hit his butt, I'm like, oh, that's definite penalty. Unfortunate for Japan to concede a penalty, but a bit sloppy from the goalkeeper. Keeper redeemed himself after the misjudgment in the first half to concede a pen. Exactly, that's exactly what I'm saying. Thank you so much, Sailor Fantalk, for your comment. Thank you, Fatris, for your comment as well. Thomas Jefferson says, what a wild game. Yes, indeed, what a wild game. Such an entertaining game from start to end. Really an entertaining game from start to end. The same can't be said about US and Wales the other day because I stayed up so early just to watch that game and it was terrible. So, but it was still a draw at the end. But today's game was such a banger of a game. It was, both ends. I think the Germans dominated the first half. I won't say really dominated, but they had a great showing in the first half, and then the Japanese stepped up in the second half. Yeah, so Murph, huge up to you, Murph. So some context here, Murph is actually the leader, one of the pioneers of Hougang United's Hougang Hools. He's a fantastic presence in Singapore football. He's a good friend of the show. And thanks for coming down, Murph, and commenting. He said, hi, Adi, you're the lucky charm. First Hougang, next Japan. Exactly. So, Eddie, I think we need you to be more of a lucky charm for, it's like what Murph said, Hougang and then Japan. And what's next? Could be another country. Maybe, Eddie, you could give us some of your tips and tricks, So, yes, Murph. Murph is a good friend of the show. He's, going to do Murph, if you want, you can share some of your links, about your music. He does, he's written music for Hougang United and for a local Singapore team, and it's been fantastic. Great. Big up to you, Murph. Big up to you. Thank you for your support as always. So, yes, Sailors fans will say, haha, Murph. You never know exactly, Tom. So, Asano and Duan also playing the Bundesliga. That's a very good point, Lucas. I think, I think when we were doing the predictions, the goal difference, right, we did mention that I had Japan getting out the group stages. I said that Japan is going to qualify with Germany. Spain is going to get knocked out. That was my hot take, right? The reason why, and my co-host as well, Joshua, said that the same, right? The reason why is because the Japanese players, right? You got to give props to the Japanese players, of course, for today's performance. But, the Japanese, right? They've all, like this squad, right? They may not have a major big star in their team. Like, last time they have the likes of Keisuke Honda, Shinji Kagawa, Shinsuke Nakamura, all this. Not Shinsuke Nakamura. Is this Shinsuke Nakamura? I know that's the WWE wrestler, but Nakamura, the ex-Celtic player, right? So they had all these players and the striker as well. I can't remember. He's a very good striker, a bit shorter, playing the Bundesliga. But my point I'm trying to make here is the Japanese this year, this squad, they're full of players playing in the European leagues. The likes of they got the three up front that's playing for Celtic, right? They got the Celtic trio, and then they got Mitoma from Brighton. They've got the likes of I'm losing my thought. Tomiyasu from Arsenal. Yeah, so most of their first 11s are actually playing for the big European league. So you cannot underestimate the Japanese. They may not strike out as like the biggest talent in terms of individual talent, but the fact that they play first team football in European leagues is not a slouch. And the Japanese, you got to give credit when credit is due, and their work rate, as you can see today, they're pressing. When after they considered the penalty, you could see they still stuck to the guns. They believed, and this is exactly what you love to see. I think everyone loves to see an underdog story, right? Shout out to Hougang United as well for the Singapore Premier, for the Singapore Cup. Everyone loves to see a underdog story, and this is a true underdog, a battle that went on the group stages, and fantastic win for Japan. So thank you for your comment. Yeah, Asano and Duan is playing the Bundesliga. So yeah, a lot of Japanese, they've got a good track record. The Bundesliga teams are attracting the Japanese players into the Bundesliga. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Congratulations from Ireland. Fantastic performance. Yes, Shifty. Thank you for. Just by the way, I'm not Japanese. I'm Singaporean, but yes, I support Germany, but as an Asian pride, today I had to go for Japan, and I predicted a 1-1 Japan draw, which I thought it was going to happen, but that fantastic breakaway goal from Sano, the counter. I think Manuel Neuer should have done better. What are your thoughts? Maybe you can comment down below. What do you think? Maybe Neuer should have done way better, in my opinion, right? So you might just want to step into show a Japan jersey for. Yeah. But, the problem is my camera. Okay, let me stand up. Okay, let me stand up. Here we go. Let me stand up. So you see, I'm now standing up to show my Japan jersey, the Japanese jersey. What a banger of a kit. I got the away one also. I don't know whether you guys can see it. Wait, let me adjust. All right, man. Look at it. You got the away one as well at the back. You got the okay. So so shit. Thomas Jeff says he's Singaporean. I mean, if I'm Singaporean, so I can't speak any Japanese. Sorry. Arigato gozaimasu. There's a lot of Japan players better than Minamino. But Minamino came on, right? He didn't start, right? Minamino. He came on. So Ignatius, thanks Fachit for the comment. Ignatius says Flick's tactics were amateur today. Wow. Ignatius, good friend of the show. They were on the front foot and he went defensive way too early. Germany needed a second goal and he brings on 2 CDMs, FFS. Actually, there's a very good point, Ignatius. I gotta commend you for that for your comment. Thanks for joining the stream. Maybe you're right. I think the lack of ruthlessness when you're 1-0 up, they didn't really look convincing, but I can understand why he brought off Musiala. I can understand, but he was the best player on the pitch, but he just didn't have the finishing today. Maybe the inexperience from Musiala. But I think this goes to show, if friends of the show, right, if you guys have been following the vlogs and the streams, I did mention that Germany's lack of a number 9 is going to be a problem for them. And that's why I got them knocked out in the quarterfinals. And I think today showed why, because they didn't have a quality striker up front to finish their chances in the first half. So yes, thanks Ignatius. That's a very good point. I think they should be more ruthless. Well, I'm sure someone will see it. Yeah. So thanks for joining. Murph, thanks, mate. As always, Murph. Appreciate the love and support. I really do. Muto Osako. The players as well, right? All these Japanese players, fantastic. Who's going for the match tomorrow? So yes, this is about the Borussia Dortmund and Sailors match. Just to digress a bit, if you guys are going for the match in Singapore, do comment. Iggy, Germany got flicked aside by the Japanese. Yeah. They really did. Sailor fans, I think it speaks volumes that you can sub on Minamino and Mitoma, real impact players. Yeah, I think when the subs came on, that brought the whole new dimensions for the Japanese. And kudos to the Japanese manager. I think he did a fantastic job to bring on the impactful subs needed to change the game around for the Japanese. Yeah, so Japan were favorites for me. Yes, so Joshua, the co-host of the Goal Difference, actually did mention that Japan will reach all the way to the finals, right? So I think you can save, now with this kind of performance against Germany, what makes you think that they cannot do the same against other big nations, You got to look out for the Japanese, yeah. You got to look out for them. Sila Fento, I'm not to take away anything from Asano, but do you all agree with me that Neuer seems to duck away from this shit? Yeah, it looks a bit weird, the angle, right? Asano, it was such a cute angle, first of all, right? And it was a great finish, don't get me wrong, but Neuer should have done way better. He tilted his body and then, I don't know, that was pretty strange, right? So thanks, Sailor Fento, as usual, for the comment. Peter said, what a last goal. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Please like, comment, subscribe. When you just say you put Japan jersey over the Germany shirt. Yeah. Of course, I have to, today Japan was a bit lackluster and flat. Power your jersey. Thanks, Murph. Thanks. Appreciate it. Really do. Blue Lock Academy working out for Japan. Wow, okay. That's a good comment, Velvic. Great fan of the show. Thank you for tuning in. I think that was fantastic performance from Japan. Thanks for. I think this is your first time on my stream, so I really appreciate it, brother. Cheers. Big up to you. And then Sailor Phantom said tomorrow, Thursday, what Toto numbers, bro? See, you got to believe in Joshua. Joshua, the co-host of the Goal Difference, he's been fantastic with his predictions, and this is why I really rate him as of course, he's my good friend. We are really good friends, but his predictions and you have to listen to Joshua. He's got very good, insightful takes, And thanks, Sailor Fatal, for that. And I told you on the previous live above that bracket where Japan will go far. Examples to round of 16, and they also have a chance for quarter and semi. Yeah, Fashish, you're right. You did mention in the previous stream I think the fact that they potentially can make a deep run today just to show that they can really make a deep run. They can really make a deep run. So Virtuous Joffrey says, "Who's your fave team to win? Fave team to win it all? I mean, I predicted Portugal to win. I mean, I predicted Portugal to win. I'm not as confident in my picks, to be very honest with you, but I had to stick to my guns because Portugal, I picked them like a month back, and then I don't want to go back to my words. I think Portugal has a deep squad, and I think they can make a deep run. So Portugal for me. But Japan, I'm in my bracket, I have them going to the semis. Yes, I think the semis, if I'm not wrong. It's either the quarters or semis. I had Japan going to the quarters or the semis, right? So with that being said, let me see. So I got some pointers from Joshua. So Joshua is not on the stream, but he's given me some pointers to share with you guys. So like what you guys have rightly mentioned, I think Germany should have finished it off in the first half. They should have. They really should have killed it because I think Japan was struggling to get the rhythm and Germany had the chance to finish the game off. But it's what we said, they don't have the finishing up front and they don't have a natural number 9. The likes of Gomez, Closer. The days are gone, unfortunately. They don't have, Muller is getting a bit old, although he's a World Cup quality player, yeah? So Murph has said, after all, Japanese performance in the AFC Champions League had been constantly top form, and their top players play in Europe shows that they're exactly, Murph. This is what you love to see. Very insightful comment. Thank you, Murph. The fact that the Japanese, as we mentioned earlier in the stream, right, they have a lot of players playing the European top leagues, the likes of Celtic, the Bundesliga players, right? They got Arsenal. Yoshida's playing for, if I'm not wrong, their captain, Yoshida's playing for Schalke right now, if I'm not wrong. So another Bundesliga player, ex-Southampton player. Minamino playing for Monaco, ex-Liverpool player. So all these players are actually, quality players playing in the European League. So it goes to show that they are experienced handling with the Europeans, because a lot of Asian countries, the problem is that when they go up against the Europeans or the South Americans and a bit more their stature, they're not used to the physicality of the game. But I think the Japanese, they knew what was coming and they can prepare for that, right? So fantastic performance from Japan. So Joffrey said, not Spain. Well, I have Japan and Germany going out of their group stages and Japan getting knocked out. So you can have my thoughts. I do know that Spain has quite a good form, right? Running into the Nations League, going to the World Cup. But do I see them going into the I don't know. I really overrate their midfield and they don't have a number 9, similar to Germany, right? They don't have Morata. Do you trust Morata up front? I don't. So thanks for the comment. Frankly, I wasn't surprised Japan would fight back. I'm surprised Germany pretty much gave up the somehow. Yeah, it's true. So Germany just pretty much gave up and, the momentum killed it. The momentum killed the game and, Japan took advantage of it. Fully capitalized for it. Big up to Japan. So Japan had the Hougang Sampai Mati spirit. Exactly, Fatris, learning from Hougang, yeah? The never say die attitude, right? Thank you so much for the comment. Just goes to show you the hunger, the game's momentum that gives the best chance to clinch the game. Singapore Cup final, yes. So if you guys are new viewers to the stream, I'm a Singaporean YouTuber. Here are my good friends that are coming. Also, we are all talking about Singapore football. If you do have the time, the games are telecast live on YouTube for free. Do check it out. Do see our league. The league just ended, so maybe you guys can check it out in like May when it starts again, right? All right, thanks. So Virtual say maybe Germany should try Mukoko. Yeah. He was in good form. Being selected by Flick, right? The 17-year-old. Unfortunately, actually, because just to digress a bit, Dortmund is in Singapore right now, and then we could have seen Mukoko in Singapore. However, he got picked by Hansi Flick, right? So he's not in Singapore, right? So maybe they should have brought him on, try add a bit of dimension into the German attack, right? So Saudi Arabia biggest upset, Japan home might be exactly I think the Japanese do not want to get outdone, right? The Japanese are very competitive, so they wanted to show Saudi Arabia that they are also capable of a big upset. They need Kodai Tanaka. Exactly. Kodai Tanaka, Albrecht Niigata player. I think they really need it. I think they can get him into the team. It would be fantastic. So Eddie, just buy the total link to Sailors confirm win. All right. So let me see. Rudiger, let me maybe not show this comment. Oh, okay. It's a bit there's a bit of profanity inside. So he said that energize every. Okay. I think for Rudiger, again, today, back 4. It wasn't really back 4. I think they played like Sul, Schlotterbeck, and Rudiger. This is exactly why you need Mats Hummels into the team. You need the leadership. Rudiger has don't get me, he's a very talented player. He's got the pace to recover from his mistakes, and he's a very kind of hybrid centre back that is ideal in a lot of setups. However, I still think that you need your Mats Hummels right in the middle to give that kind of leadership at the back, and maybe he was exposed today a little bit. So, thanks for the comment. I think maybe you're right. Maybe it kind of gives that the Japanese a bit of extra firepower to give it their like go all out. Yeah. So thanks for the comment, Millionaire Dog. Joshua says Kamada Europa League winner. Exactly. Kamada played for Frankfurt, right? Eintracht Frankfurt. Fantastic performance from him. I would say that. So let me go on to more points, right? So Japan subs was spot on. Before we do that, let me show the players' reviews, yeah, and the scores. So again, thank you everyone for joining. We've got about 20 people on the stream now. We really appreciate the goal difference. We really appreciate you being here. This is just my instant live match reaction. I'm still shocked that I did predict a draw for Japan, but I didn't expect it for them to win, especially after going 1-0 down. Right. So do like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for joining. From the bottom of my heart, again, we really appreciate it. We are growing this channel. We specialize in this kind of content. World football, we do podcasts, we do vlogs for local content, Singapore content as well. Most of the people here are from the Singapore, from my country. So I really appreciate the love and support. You guys are the real OGs. If we are gonna improve this page and we're gonna get more followers, right? And I will remember all of you guys, and it's really 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 heartening, really heartening. So before we move on, I just want to say that I do not want to continue this stream post the next game, which is Spain and Costa Rica, because I think it would be unfair. I'm sure you guys want to watch the game, so we probably have like a 34-minute window right now to just discuss about the game. Yeah, so feel free to add more comments. Yeah, so any other points you guys want to make? Did Germany, did they get it right? I think they probably got it right in the first half in their tactics, but they were a bit sloppy, I would say. Nizam has come in with a comment. Are we expecting another vlog on BVB match tomorrow? Great content. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for tuning in. And you are absolutely right. I'm going to be vlogging with Joshua, and I think we are going to have a good time there. I think it's going to be a buzzing atmosphere. Jalan Besar is packed. It's packed full of. They sold out the stadium, so it's going to be a fantastic atmosphere. And comment down below. Comment down below who's going for the game tomorrow. And then if you guys do see me, come and please say hi to me. Approach me. I'm so sorry. Let me just address one more thing. I'm not very good with names, so. Just say hi to me, drop me the name, and then I will definitely, we can chat a little bit about football. Yeah. So try to get seated near Sal too. Yes, Murph, exactly. Sal, Sal, if you watch the Borussia Dortmund vlog, our latest video, Sal is another Hougang United fan, and he was such a fantastic. He had so many autographs from the Borussia Dortmund players, and then he came up. He wanted to do the interview with me. Fantastic personality and a great friend of the show. So I'll definitely try and sit near Sal in the game. I'm not so sure Germany got a lot wrong today. They did have a few fair chances too. Yeah, I think that's a very fair comment. The fact that it wasn't like oh, Germany got it wrong from the start, right? I think you're right, Sailor Fan Talk. The fact that the Germans, I think it just boils down to like the finishing and the lack of quality up front. Muller, I would say he started quite a bit for Bayern this year, but the goals are not really coming in from Muller. It's coming from like the likes of Gnabry, the likes of even Choupo-Moting off the bench. And Choupo-Moting is having a good season, by the way. Stoke City reject, right? So don't mind me. I'm going to pull up the statistics while I'm just chatting with you all. So though I'm not going to read the comments for a while. So yeah, as I said, I apologize. Let me get the statistics up, then we talk about the review of the game, and then I will talk more about the comments. So again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Let me see whether I can put this up full screen. Thank you. Wait, how did Musiala only get a 6.0 rating? I don't understand. He was by far to me the best player on the pitch, in my opinion. Like, he managed to break through the lines of the Japanese players and made really key decisive passes. So I don't get it, but yeah. So let me see whether I can present this. Yeah. So sorry guys, I I actually should have planned this a bit better, but I want to go live as fast as possible, to entertain you guys and then to make sure that there's enough time for you all to watch the next game if you guys are watching. That's definitely if you're watching, right? Okay, so I'm going to share the screen right now of the stats. Let's see whether I can bring it up on stream. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so let's see whether I can enlarge it. All right. So this is the statistics from SofaScore, right? Gonda had a horrific performance in the first half, right? He conceded he conceded the penalty, a very clumsy challenge. However, if you guys watched, I think if you're not wrong, in like the 62nd minute, he had a flurry of chances. Germany had a flurry of chances, and Gonda came out huge for Japan. Really, really huge. Really, really huge, I think he saved like 4 times. It was Kimmich with a beautiful ball in. It was a Nabri shot it twice, and I think Gonda saved it. So it was fantastic performance from Gonda. A deserved 7.9 after that howler of a clumsy challenge, right? So yeah, before we move on to the review, more of the statistics, keeper did well, and there were some near misses. Yeah, exactly. You're right. There were really some near misses. The next point is Sal is damn knowledgeable about the game, whether local or in Europe. Yeah, Sal, fantastic friend. I can see Murph, he was really, really knowledgeable. He's talking about the Dortmund players as well. I was like, wow, this guy, he knows his stuff. He really knows his stuff. So I'll try and sit next to him. Not next to him, so I'll try and sit near him and definitely do another interview with him. I would love to chat up. Maybe I can give him a quiz, right? Murph, maybe I can quiz him on the spot and put him a bit of under scrutiny and pressure. So yes, thanks, Murph. I really appreciate it again. The people like Sailor Fan Talk, all you guys, the OGs of the goal difference community. So let's move on. So let's see now. Maya Yoshida, 6.9, their captain. Itakura was actually a very good. Itakura was pretty solid in the back, I would say. I think he was very composed. Composed was very important. Sakai had a bit of a funny incident. He's I don't know whether you guys like in the 20-something minute he failed to clear the ball. It was a bit iffy, but his runs up and down the flank was really good. So I think it's a well-deserved 6.7 from him. Endo, I think he stabilized the midfield for Japanese, especially when the second half when they were chasing for their goal. I think he was fantastic. Making sure that the Germans don't break out on the counter, and then he was spearheading the midfield. Endo with a fantastic performance, I would say. Wataru Endo. For Kubo, he had a lot of pace on him, Kubo, right? He had a lot of pace on him. However, I think today the impact wasn't really felt. I think he tried to run for he had one chance where they played a through ball and then he ran super fast to keep it into the byline. However, unfortunately, I think it was offside. Yeah, so Kubo 6.4, I think is a deserved rating. They definitely still look out for him though. I think he's got the pace to threaten. Kamada, I think Maeda was also pretty quiet. He had a very Nagatomo crossed the ball in, and then after that, so let me put up his face so that you guys know what I'm talking about. So Maeda, Celtic striker, yeah. I think not say the problem, but Maeda, you could see the class in. I think the striker class in terms of like the depth and the kind of skill gap was there. I think Maeda showed it today. It was a bit of a disappointing performance from him. However, he had a good chance. Nagatomo with a beautiful cross in. Nagatomo, the 36-year-old veteran, the Inter Milan treble winner with Inter Milan. Yeah, Maeda had a very clear header. The ball was right to Maeda's head. I don't know whether I should pull off this joke, but his clear head, right? He went straight to his head, and then he just needed to direct it, and then he went off target. Very unfortunate. I think that could have easily be a goal. But with that being said, Nagatomo's cross was with full power, right? So with that being said, I think Maeda he did high press. As I said, Japanese with their high pressing game. I think it was fantastic from them. I would say that it deserve statistics from the Japanese players. Let's go to their. So Mitoma came on, which was a beautiful, impactful sub for them. Doan scored the goal, right? Doan as well. Fantastic to bring him on. All this, you see, look at the impactful sub that the Japanese brought in. Look at all of them with high ratings. And then Minamino came on also as well. He impacted. He was the one that shot the ball in. Neuer saved, parried it, but then unfortunately, Doan finished it, right? If I'm not wrong. Yeah. Correct. That was the first goal. So Minamino from the wing, he crossed it in. I'm not crossing. He shot it. Neuer parried, and then Doan finished it. And then Asano with a pace, my God, with the counter attacking, fantastic finish from him. As I said earlier on, I think Manuel Neuer had a blunder. I don't know, the acute angle, he should have done better. Maybe he was caught off guard. That's why his body was a bit tilted. So I don't know what happened there. That was a bit interesting. And look at the subs that the German, like what Ignatius earlier on said. Let me pull out his comment. So that it's quite relevant. It's very relevant for the next point I'm going to make. He said that, the Hansi Flick's tactics were amateur today, right? And they were on the front foot and he went defensive. Yeah, I think it's very true. Too defensive early. So like what Ignatius is saying, he brought on Goretzka for Gundo, and then he brought on Jonas Hoffmann. Hoffmann is playing for what? Mönchengladbach? I'm not too sure where is he playing. I can't remember where is he playing. Let me see. Do they put here? Okay, never mind. I'm so sorry. A bit of a... So yeah, they brought him two center defensive mid, and then I think that really dictated the game in terms of, when the midfield, when you bring in two center defensive midfield, right? They are both new to the game. They are not really kind of experienced the full nature of the game, how it's been, the tempo, right? So I think that's where they struggle. I think Japanese realized that, okay, they took advantage of the fact that the midfielders were gone. Gundo was actually quite impressive today. I think he played a really good game. And the fact that Gundo went off, I think that was a disaster. I agree, Ignatius. I think they shouldn't have let go. They shouldn't have subbed out Gundo. They really should have subbed out Gundo, right? So let's go to some comments. I'm going to skip some of the comments. I'm so sorry, guys. I think some of the comments are not so relevant to the topic now. Sailor Fan Talk said Kubo was shrugged aside a few times. Yeah, I think Sul had his way with him because Sul is like a 6'5" domineering centre back, and then Kubo is like he looked like a small kid playing against Sul. I think Kubo was 5'9", maybe 5'8". It looked the size and the stature was a big difference indeed. Eldon Wong, thank you for joining. He said Schlotterbeck out. Yeah, I'm surprised. Mats Hummels should have played. I think Rudiger should have played left centre back if they were playing like a back three, and then Mats Hummels right in the back. But however, Mats Hummels is now in Singapore. So instead of playing in a very controversial World Cup, he's enjoying the Marina Bay Sands skyline, which I think is, in my opinion, better. So big up to Mats Hummels. He was really, I chatted with him for a while, and he was really, really very nice personality. Let's see now. So Ayman came in. Ayman, big legend of the Singapore vlogging scene. Thanks for joining. He said Rudiger just got himself meme. Yup. Rudiger, after Roma, right? Chelsea signed him. And then after that, he was memed for a long time under Lampard, right? And then after that, he had a resurgence under Tuchel. And he left for Real Madrid. And Real Madrid is doing all right? But I don't know. There's something about him. I think he loves to get the attention to him for all the negative reasons. When he plays well, kudos to him. But when he gets memed and when he plays a bit off, like when he does these questionable actions, that's when, he really gets himself. Maybe he really deserves it. So yeah, thanks for the comment. Maeda nurtured by Kozaki Yoshinaga. Yeah, it's true. Maeda. The fact that Kozaki Yoshinaga had a big part to play in his, to mentor him to be such a player, great player. And Martin said that he should have picked Kyoga Furuhashi instead of Maeda. Okay, that's fair. I think that's fair. Taki, KY, Radio Daydream coming and says, Taki, thank you, Taki. I think Minamino had a good game after when he was subbed on. Okay, so let's see now. 28 steady lah. Thank you. Martin says the two Japanese are playing in the Bundesliga. Yeah, I think early on someone said it as well. So for the new viewers, thanks for joining. I think we did mention and addressed it that, Bundesliga. The Japanese, they had a very strong squad, a very good pool of players over the many years now that have been playing the Bundesliga. And you got a big, I guess, scouting, you got to give kudos to the scouting team for the Bundesliga teams, right? The scouting department of the Bundesliga teams, because they realized that the Japanese are actually very talented, And as I said earlier on, I think the fact that this Japan squad has so many Japanese playing the top 5 leagues, I think you can have faith in them because they know the kind of intensity that the Europeans will usually dash out at them. And, Qatar and the humidity and maybe the bit of time difference and whatnot, it plays a big difference. It really does play a big difference. So thanks for the comment. Laris Cole said Japan played the subs in like it was all planned out for the win. Yeah. You look at the statistics, look at it. It goes to show that today's masterclass from the Japanese coach, right? It really big up to them. Big up to them. He couldn't have done. He couldn't have executed the game plan any better after being 1-0 down. I'm going to clip this. I think that's a very well said statement by me. A bit of an egoistic statement. But yeah. So let's see who's the Japanese coach. I don't even know who's the Japanese coach. I'm on all caps right now. Sorry, you can guys see the wait. Japanese oops. Japanese coach. Japan national team. Japan national team. Sorry, you can guys see it on stream, right? Japan national team. So he's Hajime Moriyasu. Let's see what's his track record. Yeah. So he's the head coach for Japan. So he was the coach for Hiroshima, I don't know how to pronounce this, Sanfrecce Hiroshima, and then he coached for 5 years, and then he coached Japan under 23 for 4 years, and then is this some error? It says 2017. Did he coach both at the same time? I don't know. Maybe it could be an error there. But yeah, let's see. So was the coach for the under 23. Moriyasu, okay, he was still on to Japanese national as a Nick I too. Okay, so he was like an assistant coach in 2018, and then he took over in 2018. So he's got about 4 years of coaching experience in Japan now, and like what Murph said, a good friend of the show. Let's see now. Let me find Murph's comment, right? Let me find Murph's comment. Frankly, I wasn't surprised with it. Yeah, there you go. This comment. So Murph, again, do check for those, if you guys go and check Hougang Who's Up. He's the leader of the Hougang Who's local team, Hougang United. They are fan group there. Fantastic atmosphere. They're really buzzing, really buzzing. And then Murph United said this to my point. After all, Japanese performance in the AFC Champions League have been consistently top form. So this goes to show that their coach Moriyasu, has brought them to this World Cup with really good form. And as I said, with the experience that they have in the squad in terms of their European caliber, right, in playing the Bundesliga, the Premier League, the Scottish Premier League, I think this goes to show that they deserve the win, and not say deserve the win, but they were prepared for whatever they was coming for. So Adit has come in, a good fan of the show. He's joined us for some of the live stream as a co-host. Thank you, Adit. He said, unreal game. Yes, it was a really, really fantastic game from Japanese. I think today's game, right, goes to show that the kind of how do I put it? This is the kind of games that we won in the World Cup. We do not want the US and Wales game. That was a terrible game to watch, right? We want this kind of action. Today's game had like a storyline arc, like an anime. It's really, really fantastic. I was busy editing, but I couldn't get my eyes off the stream, on the screen, because of the fact that maybe that's why now I'm not so prepared for this stream, because I was supposed to prepare for the stream and watch the game at the same time. However, the game was so good that I was looking at the screen more, and then I was like, after every like 7 minutes, I have to remind myself that I have to prepare for the stream. So this is the kind of games that I would love to see, and it as football fans, I think this pumps us up. It really does. So yeah, thank you for the comment. So yeah, let's see I got some notes here from Joshua, our co-host in the goal difference. So yeah, he did say that the Japanese subs was spot on. Asano, Minamino, Doan, and Mitoma, right? Mitoma, you look out for him. Brighton player, I think his value is going to skyrocket. So another good friend of the show, FPL Matt Day, he does FPL content. Australian YouTuber, do check him out. A very close friend of the show. He did say that Mitoma will be the breakout player of the tournament, and I agree with him. I commented on his YouTube shorts, and I said that Mitoma is really a player to look out for. After he embarrassed Arsenal in the League Cup, in the Carling Cup, right? I don't know why it's called Carling Cup anymore. I think it's called Carabao Cup, right? The League Cup. Yeah, Brighton eliminated my team Arsenal. Mitoma was a huge factor in the game, and then I think that this is why coming into this World Cup, he's in fantastic form. Before I continue, let me have a drink first in my Arsenal cup. Comment down below. Are you any Arsenal fans out there? Any Arsenal fans? Let me know. Or let me know what's your favorite team in the Premier League and who you guys think in the World Cup is going to win. Just feel free to comment down below. Thanks for everyone for tuning in, and then I will continue in a while. Let me drink some water first. Okay. Yep, I'm back. Thank you. So let's see some comment. I still can't believe that I said that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's really, really cool game. You love to see this kind of upsets in football. It's very boring if you always see the same teams winning, right? So today, look out for the Japanese. I think they are forced to be reckoned with. Really, really forced to be reckoned with. Okay, so Adi says people need to learn. Okay, this is a bit off. We are all friends, so a bit off screen banter. Let's see now. So Thomas Jefferson has said, I was watching three Germans guys live streaming the game speaking English, and their reactions was so funny. They were so angry. Haha. You gotta give. I guess they were, like what Ignatius said earlier on. They were also upset. They probably saw like Hansi Flick bringing on the likes of Hoffman and Goretzka, and they must be like, what? Aren't we supposed to finish the Japanese, not like play a bit, reserved, right? I think maybe that's why they were so angry, because they had it in the bag and then they fumbled it, because the Japanese came on with a game plan and they realized like, okay, we are 1-0 down, stick to our guns, we are playing good football, we just need to consistently pressure the Germans and then we will break through. And that was exactly what happened. 2-1 for Japan. So Asila fan talk. Come on, you Gunners. Thank you. Come on, you Gunners. Hopefully, this World Cup doesn't affect our chances to win the league. But yeah, there's another topic for another day. Mitoma is underrated. Exactly, Martin. Exactly. Mitoma is really underrated player. The likes of... I'm surprised that he didn't start, actually. But I think all the more so, you probably want him to come off the bench as a super sub, because he's got that pace and the kind of finishing that you need, right? And very impactful play. Impactful sub. Probably the fact that what's his name? Was it probably Moriyasu came in with the game plan, thinking that he needed to trust a bit more experienced players in the starting 11, and then the likes of Mitoma can come off the bench and as I said, become an impactful sub. So new comment here. Victor Seda said this is a big upset for Germany, but that's football for you. Exactly. This is why we love watching football. Yeah. On any given day, Argentina, on a 35, 36 unbeaten match streak, who would have thought that they will lose to Saudi Arabia? Who? I'm sorry. I would imagine, if all the football fans, I would imagine like 95% or 96% would think that Argentina was going to win. But football is football. Anything can happen, and Saudi Arabia did win. And fun fact: Saudi Arabia announced that today, if I'm not wrong, is a public holiday for them. And if they do win the World Cup, I believe that it's going to be a public holiday for them for 365 days, a full year. Because I don't see them winning the World Cup, but if they do, imagine the scenes. Imagine the scenes. Yeah. So thank you for your comment, Victor. As I said, thanks to everyone still on the stream. Please like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate it. From the Goal Difference, we are a Singaporean channel. We do live reactions. The Goal Difference, we try to do this for more of the bigger games. So do stay tuned to more of our live reactions. Adi says we love the upsets. That's what the World Cup's all about. Exactly. And not even World Cup, just football. Cup competition, the World Cup, everything. Yeah, so back to the analysis of the game. So let's focus more about Germany. Yeah. So I think once Germany conceded the second goal, they tried to bring on Fulkrug, which is like another striking option. And Mukoko came on a bit too late, I would imagine. I think they had quite good chances in the last like 10, 15, not 15 minutes, last few minutes, but just couldn't capitalize. And yeah, let's see there. So yeah, Gundogan. I think the fact that I think Hansi Flick got it wrong here. He should have started Gundogan. I think that Gundogan and Kimmich was doing very well to contain the Japanese, and I think Hansi Flick overrated the Japanese and said like, okay, you know what? Let me take out Gondo and let me try and put in like a Goretzka to kind of be like his replacement. But I think that was a foolish move from him. And yeah, I think actually what surprised me is Nicholas Sue was playing as a right back. So I would imagine this system that Hansi Flick is playing. If you like watch Arsenal, since I'm an Arsenal fan, right? The likes of Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White at right back. I would think this is kind of like similar when they allow David Raum to really go up and be like their, I would say like their third midfield per se, not third, extra midfielder presence to make their overlapping runs, right? And they rotated with the three men at the back with Schlotterbeck, Rudiger, and Sul. But I don't know. Sul at right back, and like what Sailor Fan Talk said, Kubo was out muscle. I think Sul had his day with him, but I don't know. Maybe a bit more fullback presence where it helped Gnabry. I think Gnabry needed a bit more support in the wings. Because Raum was dominating the left flank. I think Sakai had a really not terrible. Sakai had a tough time handling Rom, which led to the first goal. Sakai was nowhere to be found when Kimmich played a beautiful ball to Rom, right? Nowhere to be found, right? So the fact that Rom was actually a very key player today. I think he did very well, David Rom. David Rom, fantastic player. So let's see some of the comments. Hilarious goes, you feel that the big teams are saving the energy for the long tournament, but resulting in losing the matches. Actually, that's a very good point, Hilarious. If I'm pronouncing your name correctly, I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing Hilarious. Thank you for your comment. Thanks for tuning in. I agree with you that maybe, the big teams are, maybe they don't want to, how do I put it? They don't want to not expose, maybe they don't want to reveal their cards too early. Maybe they got something in the bag. Hansi Flick is a top manager. He won the Champions League with Bayern. So, don't underrate him. He's a good manager. But today, I think today is an off day for him, I would imagine. Today has been an off day. Thanks for your comment. Maybe it just results them to losing the smaller matches. Not smaller, but earlier matches. Saudi game surprised me. That's what makes it. Yeah, exactly. Football is all about this kind of surprises. Martin says Musiala not his usual self today. I would agree that. But would you agree that? I don't know, Martin. Thanks for the comment. I got to say that his touches were good today. They tried to rotate he's only 19, and the fact that his shooting was really off today. That one I can give you that. His shooting was terrible. But the fact that he had so much ball control, so much composure to play the ball and, link up well with Muller, Gundogan, I think he was not terrible. He wasn't terrible. I think this is a shocker for me. I don't think 5.9 is a deserved rating for Musiala. He did well, in my opinion. But it could be biased because I'm a big Musiala fan, and I did watch the game. I don't think if the SOFA score did the rating, like maybe they gave him like a 6.5, 6.6, I'll be like, okay, that's fair, because he wasn't that terrible. But 5.9 is injustice to him. I don't think he was that terrible. Yeah, Martin, you're right. He's a different beast at Bayern, but he's his first World Cup. No, am I right saying he may not be first World? Yeah, I think it's his first World Cup. I don't think he played in the previous World Cup. I may be wrong. Comment down below if I'm wrong, right? But yeah, I think that starting, for 19-20 to start, I think it's big up to him, and I don't think it was terrible today. Of course, if you compare his Bayern form to the German, of course, today's performance, obviously he didn't perform, right? That's a given. However, for a 19-year-old to come on the biggest stage in world football, I think it wasn't a terrible performance. And I believe that I thought he was one of the better players for Germany. I believe that Gundo, Kimmich, Musiala, and Muller, I think those four. Gnabry had kind of like I won't blame Gnabry because I said earlier on, the right back but the right back presence wasn't there for him because Soul is playing the right back, right? I think they needed a similar player like David Rom to kind of give the support for Gnabry, which is very similar to Bayern because Gnabry plays on the right, it's same like the German team. And, the likes of Benjamin Pavard plays at the right, the likes of Lucas Hernandez in Bayern. I think they gave a really good overlapping runs for Gnabry. So very interesting to see Nicholas Su start at right back. Who is their right back for? Let me see. They have Christian Gunter, if I'm not wrong. He's the Freiburg captain. I don't know whether he plays right back or centre back. Kehrer, West Ham centre back. He could have played right back. I think Kehrer at right back would have been maybe a better option. Let's see now what other players do we have. Yeah, Götze came on. He had quite a good impact for Germany, but I think a little too late. Sané didn't play. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised Sané didn't play. Yeah, so maybe Kehrer could have played a right back, But with that being said, I think let's see now what's the time. Okay, maybe I'll go on for another 5 more minutes before I end the stream, and then we'll move on to the next game. I'll probably watch the next game. It's what, Spain and Costa Rica, right? If I'm not wrong. Yeah. So let's see now. So don't mind me. Give me a while. Let maybe just do like my final thoughts for today. So final thoughts. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I see we've got 11 people. So thank you. I really appreciate the love and support. As always, we don't take it for granted here at the Goal Difference. Okay, so final thoughts from the Japan game. The fact that let's see, Muto Sako asking if they were expert you were referring to. Okay, so Gundo subbed out best player, unfortunately. And then the fact that I got to say that when Tomiyasu came on and then they changed the system to more of like a back five, I think that was fantastic. I don't know why Tomiyasu didn't start. I would imagine him starting with Yoshida. But with that being said, I think Itakura was actually also good, fantastic for them. He didn't make a really big blunder and he was very solid at the back. So can you imagine not me, but can you imagine saying that Japan actually has really good quality as at the back, at centre back? I wouldn't have, a good like experienced quality European backline. I would never thought, imagine seeing that to say. And imagine Costa Rica winning. Wow, exactly. Thanks, Joel, for joining. Unfortunately, didn't win the giveaway just now. I'm so better times, better luck next time. Yeah, but thanks so much for always joining in and being such an instrumental live stream member. Right. So thank you. So yeah, imagine Costa Rica winning later. And then you've got Japan with 3 points, Costa Rica at 3 points, and then Germany and Spain. The small nations. The small nations at 0 points. And then your big nations like Japan and Costa Rica have 3 points. There will be mad scenes. It will really be mad scenes. So Tomiyasu, fantastic performance when he came on. I think he shot up the back line. It was really good performance from Tomiyasu came on. As an Arsenal fan, I love to see it. So let's see now. I think Spain will still win. Sailor Phantom say, but tight one. Yeah, I think it will be a tight game. I would imagine. Well, they don't have really good quality at the front, so I don't know. What Ferran Torres, Morata, Ferran Torres not been playing too much. Their wingers? What, Nico Williams? No, is it Nico? Yeah, Nico Williams. I don't know where he's going to start. I'm not too sure. So let me actually good. Thanks for the predictions, Joel. So let me know what are your predictions for Spain and Costa Rica. Let me know. Let me put it down. Predictions for Spain versus Costa Rica. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm not the fastest typer in the world. So let me see. So predictions for Spain versus Costa Rica. What is your predictions for the game? So Joshua says they also have Asensio. Rhymes with Consensio. Big up to you. Thanks, Joshua. Joshua, you need to come on as my co-host, give your insightful takes. Definitely one of these days, for sure. I will definitely get you on. Thoughts or predictions for Spain versus Costa Rica. I think it will be a close one, but Spain, can they win it today? They've got, I don't know, they don't have the fire. It seems like Germany, good squad, but probably just don't have the firepower in front that can really scare opposition's defenders. Morata, do you really trust him? Well, he's playing Atletico Madrid now. I think he's not been too good as of late. Fatris Ninja said 2-0 for Spain. Okay, fair. Marco Asensio, because Marco Asensio is like Joshua Consensio. So Murph, thanks for tuning in all the way. I really appreciate the love and support. Murph said Spain 1, Costa Rica 2. You love to see the underdog. You love to see, we already got Saudi beating Argentina. We've got Japan beating Germany. What makes you think? What makes you not think that Costa Rica can pull off the upset against Spain? So Murph, a good fan of the show, he's saying 2-1 Costa Rica. I think stranger things have happened. Really. So don't discount the Costa Rica. I mean, what, Joel Campbell? Is he still playing there? Ex-Arsenal player? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure who is the Costa Rica. Who Naves, is it? Keylor Navas? Where's he playing now, Keylor Navas? If you guys know, let me know where Keylor Navas is playing now. He was playing in PSG, right? And then he was benched for Donnarumma, and I'm not too sure where he's playing now. So I think he's Costa Rica, I'm not wrong, Keylor Navas. Joshua says prediction is Spain is 80% possession. Yeah, 80% possession. I think that could be realistic true, because you got Gavi, Pedri, and Busquets, which I do not rate as highly as what people do. That could be a hot take, but that's why I don't have much faith in Spain. Yeah, so let's see what time is now. Oh, it's almost 2 minutes before. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream soon, but let me just round off the comments. Joel said Pedri to score. What a wonder boy. Fair. So, wow, the predictions are coming in quite a bit. Marco Asensio does run with Consensio, but still won't score. Yeah, fair. That was a haiku. I died when I heard Morata rumor to Man U, bro. Yeah. Morata the Man U. No, he will be excellent signing for Manchester United. You know what? In fact, you know who would be a fantastic signing for Manchester United? Big bad boy Boris Kopitovic. Yeah, he'll be a fantastic signing for Manchester United. Who wouldn't want the big bad boy at United, at Old Trafford? Now Ronaldo has been terminated. Rashford is, very inconsistent. What do you need? You need the top scorer in all the top leagues in the world, Boris Bad Boy Kopitovic from Tampines Rovers. United just needs to soup in the January transfer window and just pay Tampines Rovers, 600,000-700,000? It will be such quality signing because you got the bad boy playing up front. Can you imagine the scenes of Anthony crossing in the ball for bad boy Boris Kopitovic and then scoring the winner against, I don't know, Manchester City at Old Trafford? Imagine the scenes. Bad boy, then he does his iconic, I think they really do need Boris Kopitovic. So let's go back to the comment. I have said that Spain, yeah, I'm surprised De Gea also wasn't selected. Very surprised. Sanchez from Brighton was selected, right? If I'm not wrong. That was pretty interesting. So Sailor Phantom said, yes, Joel Campbell is starting. Where is he playing now? He played for what? After Arsenal, he went to Villarreal, if I'm not wrong, and then played in the La Liga for a while. Then I don't know where he went. I actually rate him quite highly, back in the day. He's the best goalkeeper in the world. Keylor Navas you're talking about. I think David De Gea. Sorry, Martin. Neves is still at PSG, so he's still the backup there. He should move. I think he should go to like Syria or something. I think Syria will really need his services. Better than Kepa. Yeah, I would imagine Kepa also got called up, right? If Costa Rica win, it will be a 1-0 victory. Okay, thanks, Joel. Legend has it that Joel Campbell is still waiting for his work permit. BZ as a new name. I think I've never seen you. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, I think Legend has it. It was a big hoo-ha. Joel Campbell couldn't get his work permit done, so that's why he couldn't play for Arsenal, right? And then all that expectations and suspense that led to kind of nothing, which is a bit disappointing. But, well, Joel said, Mitrovic better. Mitrovic. No, man. How can you not have faith in bad boy Boris Kopitovic? Mitrovic is doing well at Craven Cottage. I don't think Fulham is going to sell him. However, Tampines Rovers, maybe they need some money, some injection of funds, right? And Manchester United, they are willing to pay for, can you imagine Kopitovic, highest scorer, even higher scorer compared to Mbappe and Lewandowski, right? You got to take a chance on him. You got to take a fly on him. Yeah, you have to, right? Joshua says Boris to Sailors. Yeah. Bad boy Boris, maybe it could potentially be, you never know. And then Boris to Sailors, wash your mouth. Oh, Sailors fan talk getting a bit spicy and feisty here. Yeah. We'll see. We may have a joint podcast soon, so maybe we can have some fun there. Evan here, mate. Nice to meet you. Come on, you Gunners. So Evan is a friend of mine. I didn't know your handle. I'm so sorry. I BZ. Maybe we put like Evan, your name. I would have known. But thank you. I think the first time here. I would imagine Evan. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Big Arsenal fan. He raps Arsenal all the time. I met him in Poly. I think Poly. We met each other in Polytechnic, and big Arsenal fan. Big Arsenal fan. Yep. Yeah, I know you. I know who you are, bro. I know who you are. Don't worry. I'm not making it up. I know who you are. Don't worry. Can you please get Ryan on the show? Can you please get him on not show? Come on, support his fellow. We are all Arsenal fans. We support just a little bit, yeah. So anyway, I'm going on a bit. I'm dragging it too long. Let's see now. Bergson Da Silva, or you talk about Costa Rica, or join. Okay, Hougang FC. Man scored 41 goals. Yeah, potentially join the Wolves. Yeah. So with that, let me not drag on so long. I do want to watch the Spain and Costa Rica game. So with that, thank you so much for tuning in for 1 hour of Brandon from the Goal Difference rambling on about Japanese huge victory against the Germans. I really do appreciate. I think you guys can feel free to tune out. I think I really appreciate the love and support. As always, I'll try and do more content for you guys. Trying to watch the game. Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sailor. Thank you, Murph. Thank you all, Joshua. Thank you, Fatris, everyone, Evan. I think you joined a bit late, right? But thanks, Evan, for tuning in. Hope to see you here more often. Maybe you can join the chat more often. Thank you, Murph. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye. Have a good night. Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you guys at the Dortmund game tomorrow. If you guys are going in Singapore. If you guys are in Singapore, then Evan, cheers, mate. Appreciate it. Murph says see you in the next stream. Maybe. Of course. Thank you, Murph. Really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Martin says bye. Thank you. Joel says bye. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to end the stream. I think this has been a fantastic stream. I may not have done the best in terms of analytical and analyzing the game, but I just wanted to give my live reactions to this game. It was fantastic. The Japanese winning the Germans. You love to see the underdogs always win. And with that, I'm going to conclude this stream. I thank you all for your time. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. And this is Brendan from the Goal Difference, and we are signing out. Right. Before we sign out, we have a good friend here that just wanted to give away. Hardy, thanks for joining in the love and support. Hardy, good support. Thanks for supporting me as always as a brother. And I will send you the Argentina jersey soon. So, cheers, everyone. Appreciate it. Thank you, really do. And like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys next time. Cheers, guys.